Hey everyone, welcome back. Picture a world where broken hearts wear bright smiles and shadows lurk beneath every laugh. Meet Azalea, an unforgettable oddball with a wild mind and a fearless tongue. Opposite her stands Gray, a tattooed enigma with a dangerous edge that makes her question everything. Their story is raw, unfiltered, and wrapped in moments that sting and sizzle. Buckle up for a journey through cracked souls, sharp words, and a fiery connection you won't forget. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Azalea, I'm calling it now. My crackhead is going to be less than thrilled. Last night, when Gray went out for that old man hostage situation, he was supposed to return right here immediately. But apparently, they received another call, and he didn't get back until 7 in the morning. So he's been asleep forever. What's a girl supposed to do? Just watch TV or something? Not me. I painted his nails. He's a pretty deep sleeper. And it's not like both hands are bright pink. One hand is purple. He'll be fine. I painted Bear's nails too. He looks fabulous. I think he likes it as well. Yeah, I could have left and gone to Mr. Terrap's, but now that I've painted his nails, his reaction is a must-see. Finally, at 3 in the afternoon, Sleeping Beauty awakens, more like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, since he's not exactly a morning person or an any time of day person. He first stirs in his sleep, and I look away from the driving game on my phone to watch him. Then his beautiful dark eyes open and squint at me. Good afternoon, sugar. I smile. I lean toward him and kiss his cheek. When I pull back, his eyes are closed again with the sweetest little content expression. He slips his hand under the covers and, from the look of it, down his pants. My eyes widen just a bit. What are you? I trail off, unsure what to even ask. Making my fucking hard-on less noticeable before I stand up, he grumbles, and my eyes widen even more. I follow his gaze down to my shirt, which is bunched up around my waist, revealing my beautiful pair of magenta underwear, which happen to be my favorite. He got quite the peek. Oops, sorry, I laugh, pulling my shirt back down. Fuck, he swears quietly. He sits up and looks over at me again. I peer back, admittedly a little shy. Are you okay? I ask. Don't talk to me, you're making it fucking worse, he says without taking his eyes off me. Then stop looking at me, I chide. I'm not gonna stop looking at you, you look sexy as fuck sitting there. He lets his eyes roam up and down my frame. Azalea and the word sexy have never been used in the same sentence before. Honestly, I'm not even sure I've said the word sexy before. You think I'm sexy? The last word comes out a bit higher pitched than the rest. If you can give me a hard-on like this, you're more than sexy. His eyes find my lips. I release the bottom lip I didn't realize I'd been biting. I grab the comforter around my knees and pull it all the way up to my shoulders. And you're so cute, I tease. His face twists unhappily. He gets up without saying another word and disappears into the bathroom. I go back to my driving game, hitting only a couple of pedestrians. After wrecking 7 cars, Gray opens the bathroom door harshly and walks back in, heading straight for me. Water droplets trail down his defined chest from his wet hair, and I give him an innocent smile. What are you so riled up about? I ask just as he stops beside me. He doesn't answer, only throws an arm around me and lifts me off the bed, carrying me over his shoulder. I let out a screech. My butt cheeks are out, I shout, noticing how the shirt I'm wearing, that's his, rides up slowly in this position. Ha ha, I realize something, but you can't see them because I'm over your shoulder. He smacks my butt pretty gosh darn hard. I'm going to get you back for that when you least expect it, sugar, I tell him, the sting still really fresh. He leads me into the bathroom where now he can catch a glimpse of my butt in the mirror. At this point, I don't even care. Yeah, Gray, take a good long look at my booty because you'll never see it again. I babble as he lowers me from his shoulder, setting me down on the counter next to the sink. I watch as one of those gorgeous smirks slowly spreads across his lips. He lifts my chin toward him. We both know that's a lie, he whispers. Someone definitely needs to crank the AC up because this is getting absurd. You know what? You're just too cute, the cutest thing in the entire world. I tilt my head to the side, watching his smirk drop. And so sweet, you're such an adorable sweetheart, I say, gripping his cheeks. Butt cheeks. Huh, not yet, but yeah, that's coming soon. Tell me how to get it off. He shows me his hand and I gasp dramatically. Where did that come from? I keep my eyes wide as I look back up at him. Where did it come from? He asks sarcastically. Oh my gosh, someone broke in and did that, didn't they? I clutch my heart. He grabs my chin firmly, tilting it straight up to him. Get it off, he grumbles, his eyes darting to my lips for just a moment. What's so wrong with it? It's purple and it's on one hand, he says, rolling his eyes. I always keep extra nail polish in my car, so if I mess up a nail, I don't have to stress. But what I don't have is remover. And by the way, the polish just so happens to be gel. Well, I begin. Technically, it'll come off if you scrub long enough. He just stares at me, no emotion playing on his face. I'm not even fucking surprised you did this shit. Gray, I didn't even. I get cut off when Bear jumps up onto the counter beside us, his purple toenails in full view. Oh my gosh, they did it to him too? I gasp. He rolls his eyes at me. I look down at his arms resting on either side of me on the counter. Veins snake up his forearms, and I don't hesitate to drag my finger along one near the middle. How does he make them do that? He leans in closer, and I fight the shiver that hits when I feel his lips near the shell of my ear. Don't tease Lila, he says, spreading my legs and stepping between them, pulling me tighter by my waist. You're getting me wet, I say, wiping a drop of water from his bare chest in front of me. His hair is still dripping. His hands wander up the shirt I'm wearing. I look up at him, noticing how dark and sinful he looks. Wet, huh? He asks lowly. I swallow hard. He leans in and presses one kiss to my lips. Then he kisses down my neck, hands roaming. One hand stops at the top edge of my underwear near the front where my best part is. How wet. He murmurs, kissing along my jaw. I realize how heavy my breaths have become. My heart races as if I just finished running a marathon. He's literally taking my breath away. Like I stammer and his lips curve into a smirk. I guess I'll just have to see for myself, he says, lips returning to mine as his hand slips under my underwear. Oh my holy God. Whoa, baby. Letter 3DF, gray letter 3DF, I'm not even surprised to see you with painted nails, Jai says, sitting across from me as he sorts through the files of cases we've finished this week. A couple of months ago, I'd have been utterly shocked, but knowing Azalea, this is probably one of the least surprising things she'll ever do, he remarks. She's absolutely killing me. Do I hate the hold she has over me? Fuck no, she can do whatever she wants. I'm just here for the ride, and it's one hell of a wild ride. You're completely wrapped around her finger, he laughs. Yeah, I say, keeping my gaze fixed on the piles of files scattered across the table before us. She's the only one I let boss me around. It frustrates me that I never win anything when we argue. Arguments? Hell no, not a chance. You admit it. He places some papers on the table, sounding a bit surprised. I welcome it. I need someone to keep my shit straight when I can't. When I wake up drunk, she's there with medicine and food. When I'm in a shitty mood, she calls me out and forces me to get my act together. It's fucking obvious, I mutter, fully aware I don't take my eyes off her when she's nearby. I know she's obsessed with my ass. Hell, I'm obsessed with her too. Damn right, he chuckles. Where is she anyway? He asks. I hardly ever see you two apart. She's been acting shy since earlier. After she came down, she could barely meet my eyes without blushing. Fuck, she's perfect. Probably running around somewhere, I answer. You guys aren't talking about me, are you? The girl, whatever her name is, walks into the room. Jai shoots me a look and I scoff. She saunters over to our table, leans her hands on it, her arm brushing against mine. I clench my teeth and lean away. I hate people and I hate it even more when they touch me. So do we have anything planned for tonight? She asks with an annoyingly cheerful tone. I glance at the clock, 7. Gray's got some stuff to finish up, but other than that, the bar's open tonight, Jai says as he pushes back from the table and stands, gathering the files. Paperwork? She jumps up. Can I help? Jai turns to me with a sly grin. Motherfucker, I gather the remaining files and stand. I head back to my office, glad to put some distance between me and the girl whose name I still don't know. I close the door behind me and move toward the filing cabinet. Then my door swings open again and my irritation spikes. Get away from me. I shut the cabinet after filing everything away and turn around. She's standing right in front of me looking up. I glare at her and she bites her lip. Jesus Christ, I'd rather be staring at a cow's ass. Jai left, he's out serving drinks now, she steps closer. And why the fuck would that matter to me? I don't know, she breathes in deeply, a smile still playing on her lips. I don't like her, never will, not even if she were the last person on earth besides me. I bet your little teenager can't give you everything you want, she smiles up at me, batting her lashes. Excuse me, sugar. Elila's voice rings out just before she opens my door. I give the woman in front of me one last sneer and step away. Lila walks in and beams when she sees me. Her smile dims slightly when she notices the girl. Hi, Jacqueline, she says with a small smile. Hey, girl, Jacqueline responds, and I feel my jaw tighten. Azalea stands there looking awkward. I take in her appearance, ignoring all the things she does to me unknowingly. I'm gonna go tinkle, she murmurs, heading back out the door. She still behaves like a child. Keep fucking talking, I warn. Keep hyping yourself up because all you sound like is a fucking idiot. Her lips part slightly. Because no one could ever come close to being better than her. So stop making a fucking fool of yourself. If you're not her, you don't stand a chance. I glare. She better not dump me. She's practically the only thing I can say good about. Oh yeah, Azalea's voice calls from the office's cracked door. She enters confidently. Good God, this woman, he told you. She walks over and throws her arms around my torso. Suck my balls, Jacqueline. I raise my eyebrows, wild. I know for certain she has no balls. I felt pretty certain, actually. No means no, she continues as Jacqueline shoots her glares. She presses her cheek to my chest. Now, if you'll excuse us, my sugar and I have business to attend to, she declares sharply. Jacqueline storms out, scowling, shutting the door firmly behind her. I was so nervous talking to her, I thought I was actually going to tinkle, she exhales in relief. Then her cheeks flush pink. Are you thinking about something? I tilt her chin up and lean down to kiss her lips. She hesitates. Something from earlier today? You're making my cheeks blow up gray. She leans her forehead against my chest. You weren't this shy when I did it, I tease, and she gasps, the sounds she makes. Fuck. I did have polish remover, but I guess not anymore. She pulls away, cheeks still slightly pink. Don't play. Azalea, stop moving. I groan as he shifts away for the 4th time. It fucking smells like shit, he grumbles while I use remover to wipe polish off his nails. He's got the advantage, sitting in his wheelie chair. Would you rather I leave it on? I can go right now. I yank away, only to be pulled back by the waist. That's what I thought, I huff, and he squeezes my hip bone, making me thrash. As I keep removing the purple polish, aware of his gaze fixed on me, the longer you stare at my face, the uglier I get, I warn him. Shut up, you hush, I snap back. Thinking logically, the longer he stares, the more he notices all my flaws and thinks, wow, she's not pretty at all. What am I doing? I deserve better. Hyper, crackhead, loudmouth, baboon, flighty. My mouth drops open at that, butt nugget. Simpleton, my jaw drops again. He leans forward and kisses me as if that can erase his words. He bites my bottom lip when I don't kiss him back. I pull away. Bear probably needs to poop when you get home, I remind him. Before we left his place, I may have slipped him some greasy bacon. I can only hope he hasn't sharded yet. When I get home, he grumbles, yes. I furrow my brow, and why the fuck aren't you coming home with me? His face falls unhappy, and I tilt my head, a small smile touching my lips. You know why, I sigh. Then I lean forward, pulling his head under my chin. Are you gonna miss me, sugar? I hum teasingly as his arms wrap around my torso, drawing me closer to him. He doesn't reply, simply holding me near. I take that as a yes, wonderful woman. I'll miss you more than anything in the world because you're the funniest person ever. The faint smile lingers on my face until I realize he has no intention of letting go anytime soon. What's wrong? I ask softly. He pulls his head away from me and meets my gaze. I don't know, he murmurs, but I can tell he's lying. He's terrible at lying. Since he's fiddling with the scrunchie on his wrist, he must realize I know he's not telling the truth. For a federal guy or whatever, he's really bad at it. You can tell me, I reassure him. I mean, I tell him everything, probably too much, honestly. He knows when I'm tinkling and when I'm pooping, yikes. His reaction never changes. And it's always some version of hurry up, or I'm not pausing the movie, hurry the asterisk insert F word asterisk up. He doesn't judge, I mean, it's only a dookie, so whatever. But out of all the things he's heard me say and seen me do, I've never once caught him giving me a judgmental look. That's wild, considering I don't think I'm all that normal. And after playing the song Cherry Pie by Warrant on repeat when we drive somewhere, it amazes me how he couldn't care less. If I had a theme song, that would be it. I belt it out at the top of my lungs every time. I glance over at him, he doesn't react. If Gray had a theme song, it'd be Silence or maybe Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. I even played that one for him once. Still no reaction. It makes me wonder if he even listens to music or if his dancing is just not moving or smiling. Does he breathe? Maybe he's into classical music. I'll have to test that theory. I don't like it when you're not with me, he finally admits. Awa, I knew it. You do miss me. I hug him tight. You're so cute. I miss you too. He doesn't deny it, so I giggle mischievously. Fucking cute, he mutters, a bit annoyed. Would you rather I say adorable? Because you are adorable, he cuts me off, kissing me roughly. Fuck off, he mumbles against my lips. Are you sure? I tease, and he pulls me onto his lap. You're really about to see up my skirt the way I'm sitting, I warn, looking down at my slightly parted legs and my black skirt. Am I about to? Does that mean you're gonna show me? I watch the corner of his mouth curl. Oh yes, I nod, and once I've taken off my skirt, I'll be sure to dance on the table. Now you're just putting thoughts in my head, he says, trailing his hand down to my waist. That backfired a bit. As if I'm gonna be a stripper, I'm gonna need you to pay me, I quip. He leans back fully into the chair. You wouldn't enjoy stripping for me. That doesn't mean I wouldn't enjoy it, I wiggle my eyebrows. Afterward, I'd probably need money for food. I'd put my heart into it. You've thought about doing it before? He asks, tilting his head. Oh yes, I've thought about him stripping too. Stop. I think about a lot of things. I shrug, food, shoes, gray, care bears, crunch, silly string, ceiling fans, gray. What things? He grips my hips. I feel like you're tricking me into saying sex. But sex, I wince, I rise from his lap. I just adore our lovely conversations, I say, leaning down to kiss his forehead. I linger and he returns the kiss on mine. You have to go. It's getting late, I nod. And when it's dark, there's a higher chance I'll hit an animal I can't see and I don't feel like crying tonight. Natural selection, he mutters, and I gasp. That's terrible, I say, placing my hands on my hips. He gives me a mischievous look. Cut it out, I warn. Stop what? He feigns innocence. You know exactly what, I raise an eyebrow. You stop, he shamelessly replies, still staring at me. I drop my hands from my hips. I'm not doing anything. You're doing it again, he claims, and my mouth falls open. I'm standing. Quit, he smirks. I sit my butt down on the floor and narrow my eyes at him. God admit you keep doing it. No, I don't. Do what? I'm sitting. You're nuts. I stand up again and his eyes never leave me. Fucking keep on, he nods. I'm about ready to throat punch him. Keep on what, Gray? I'm going to kick you in the face, I warn. Do it, he nods again. That won't make you stop, though. Stop what? Stop, I'm leaving. Have a wonderful night, you crackhead, I scold, opening his door and walking out. Slowly, I lower myself into the bath, letting the sting from the lashes on my back tense my body. Because I wasn't home yesterday, I honestly have no idea how I'm going to keep Gray from touching me. Lately, he's always touching me, wanting my amazing hugs or lifting my shirt, feeling my stomach, trying to convince me I'm hungry. I pray Dad will get tired of all the drinking and finally quit. Consuming the same stuff all the time has to get old at some point, right? I soak for a while, relaxing and trying not to move in any way that would worsen the pain in my back. After washing, I carefully step out, draining the tub. I slip on a big, baggy shirt and a pair of cotton shorts. From midnight until 4 in the morning, Dad plays the TV too loud for me to sleep. I left my only pair of earbuds at Gray's place, and my pillows block out only so much noise. After I can no longer keep my eyes open, I eventually drift off into a light sleep. Exactly at 3:19 in the afternoon, I awaken. My back aches, the pain settled even deeper. It's always worse the second day. My stomach growls loudly. It sounds like a whale's cousin. I slowly get out of bed and walk to my mirror. I carefully remove my shirt and turn only my head to inspect the damage to my back. Long, scattered belt marks stretch across its surface. I put on the largest sweatshirt I own with definitely no bra. The worst thing I could do is wear one. I throw on a pair of black ripped jeans, feeling out of sorts today. Since it's pretty rainy, why not? I slip on my furred moccasins because they're comfortable and I couldn't care less. I grab my phone and see messages from Gray, one telling me good morning, actually good effing morning. Another stating my butt better answer him in other words. Two more expressing his annoyed thoughts about me ignoring him with more choice words naturally. One saying he got a case a few towns over that was 5 hours ago with two choice words, and another saying he's back from the town with a single choice word. There was one final message, asking if I had eaten yet and warning that he'd have a serious talking to when he saw me again, filled with quite a few harsh words. A small smile crept onto my face, but before I could reply, a loud crash echoed from downstairs. My smile disappeared as I glanced toward my door. Better now than later, I thought. I slowly opened my bedroom door and cautiously began descending the stairs. Near the bottom, I scanned the living room for him but saw no sign. Assuming he was in the kitchen, I took the last step and suddenly heard a loud crunch beneath my foot. I'd unknowingly stepped on an empty beer can. Closing my eyes, I winced visibly, my heart racing as his footsteps drew near. I could retreat upstairs, but I wouldn't get far. Maybe he was sober? No, what was I thinking? He wasn't, especially this late in the afternoon, nearly 4 o'clock. My breath caught when he suddenly appeared from the corner beside me, his eyes red and bloodshot from what was probably a lack of sleep. "Where the hell are you going?" He slurred, and I was too frightened to answer, worried that whatever I said would be wrong. I was going to the bookstore, I lied nervously, avoiding his gaze. "No, you're not," he sneered. "You're going to see that boy, aren't you?" And no, I stammered before he cut me off. "Is he treatin' you like you deserve?" He yanked me off the steps by the hood of my sweatshirt, like a murderer should be treated. "Are you cooking and cleaning for him whatever he wants? He should be hitting you, you deserve it," he spat, and I fought back tears. "I should just let you drive out on these wet roads." His voice dropped into something even darker and more sinister. "Maybe then you'll crash just like you did with your brother. That way you'll finally get what you caused and stop causing problems for people here." A single tear slipped down my cheek, but I was too scared to move or wipe it away. "Why are you crying?" he growled. "You're such a coward for a killer." "I didn't kill him," I whispered so softly I wasn't sure he even heard me at first. Then it hit me, I'd actually said it out loud to him, I just couldn't hold it in. "What the fuck did you just say?" He snarled, grabbing the front of my sweatshirt and yanking me closer. The stench of alcohol burned my senses and I fought back a cough. "Nothing," I whispered, eyes wide as he forced me to look up at him. "You said you didn't kill him," he repeated, his rage seemingly doubling. "Yes, you did." Before I could react, he did something I never thought he would. He slammed his fist into the side of my face, the class ring on his middle finger digging painfully into my cheekbone. I was thrown backward, my head spinning, my cheek throbbing with searing pain. My vision blurred as something trickled down my face. I blinked rapidly, trying to clear the haze. Focused on not losing consciousness, I didn't notice his knee until it was right in front of me. He struck me in the mouth, blood quickly coating my lips, teeth, and tongue. I couldn't even tell what was running down my face, blood mixed with tears. Through the still blurry haze, I looked up at him. His expression shifted from cruel to only faintly concerned, the little sobriety left in him showing through. I silently thank God as he passes me and climbs the stairs, done. I remain on the floor for a while, allowing my tears to blend with the blood smeared across my face. Gradually, the haze lifts, leaving only a throbbing ache in my head. My cheek burns fiercely, yet adrenaline surges through me, dulling the pain in my mouth and cheek to a bearable level. However, I know that adrenaline won't last forever. Lying on the floor, my gray sweatshirt soaked with my own blood, the metallic taste of blood lingering in my mouth, and the sting of welts on my back, I reach a firm conclusion. Enough is enough. Diamond, 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 diamond suit. I usually don't write about gore, all the bloody mess and getting punched, because I'm not sure if it works well, but I hope it does. The next chapter will be out soon. Apologies for the short cliffhanger. Oh, and by the way, school sucks. Azalea slowly, I lift myself from the floor, doing my best to avoid stumbling and worsening my injuries. Once I manage to reach it, I clutch the stair railing for support, and as I make my way to the kitchen, I hold onto anything I believe will keep me upright. I grab the paper towels hanging from their hook and only now notice how blood-soaked my hands have become. Turning around, I observe the trail of blood I've left behind, across the stair railing, the wall, even the couch. How bad is the bleeding? Can you run out? Catching my reflection in the microwave, which gleams like a mirror, I gasp. The left side of my face is smeared with blood. My teeth are stained red from the blood dripping down my chin, and it breaks my heart all over again. How could a father do this to their child? I snatch the paper towels and attempt to wipe the excess blood from my cheek. I can't get even half an inch away from the cut made by his ring on my cheekbone. It hurts too much. I wipe my chin, but the blood from both wounds keeps flowing just like my tears. The paper towel saturates quickly, so I reach for another. Every slight movement of my cheek makes me wish I could stub my toe, any pain somewhere else to distract me. My motions halt when I hear him descending the stairs again. Moving as fast as possible, I grab my car keys from the hook and bolt out the door. Where will I go? Taco Bell? Shut up, I can't go there, can I? No. The hospital is absolutely out of the question. Who could afford that? Not me. I would if I were a stripper, though. I do come to the conclusion that I need to tell someone. Gray. I never wanted to tear my family apart any further than it already is. But I wasn't expecting to do it this soon. I wanted to not look like this right now, but I guess I don't have a choice. I can't exactly cover this up with makeup, and I think I need some Jesus and medical help because my cheek is still gushing. I start my car and wipe the tears from my eyes to see the road as clearly as possible. I probably shouldn't be driving in my condition, especially with the wet roads, but if I crash, it wouldn't hurt Dad at all. Actually, he said the opposite. Whatever happens, happens. The adrenaline fades and sharp pain begins to settle in. When tears cloud my vision, I blink rapidly to clear them. Whenever I feel blood trickling down my face, I wipe it with my sleeve. Why not? This sweatshirt is already stained anyway. I try to stay calm at red lights, silently praying that no one notices me and panics. I haven't fully looked at myself, but I'm certain there's blood everywhere. Before leaving, I should have grabbed paper towels, but I was too terrified Dad would see me again and maybe continue. I park in the closest spot accessible to Gray's restaurant/bar/flip-in headquarters for his drug cartel. I keep wiping my face as close to the cut as I can bear, mostly covering it so people won't see and freak out. Then again, blood stains cover my sweatshirt, but maybe they'll think it's some kind of tie-dye. Yeah, right. I make it to the entrance without incident. I pull the door open and just barely catch Jonas's eyes. They widen and he actually looks genuinely concerned. He's going to be seriously worried when he ends up with a face full of my bloody sweatshirt sleeve. I ignore him and hurry toward the back as fast as possible. I'd hate for anyone's meal to be ruined by seeing me looking all gross and bloodied. I do my best to wipe my hands on my sweatshirt before grabbing Gray's door handle and gently pushing the door open. I turn my body away from Gray's desk, closing the door behind me and keeping my gaze fixed on it. About damn time you show up, his voice reaches me and tears sting my eyes. Why haven't you been answering? I hear his spinny chair roll back. He's probably standing now. Then his footsteps approach. I take the few seconds before he reaches me to decide how I'm going to handle this, what I'm going to say, if I don't break down crying first. I have a feeling I might actually be doing that right now. Maybe it's tears and blood still pouring out. I need some frosted flakes. Why are you facing the door? He asks, coming even closer. I feel his hand on my back and I flinch forward. Lila, he says, gripping my arm, what the fuck is on your sleeves? I glance down at my blood-soaked sleeves, then turn to face him. He takes a few shocked steps back. His eyes widen and his mouth opens slightly. His brows knit together in disbelief, but then he snaps out of it and rushes toward me. He places a hand on the side of my face untouched by blood, scanning me, my cheekbone, mouth, shirt, sleeves, and tears. Oh my God, he whispers in shock. When he moves to touch my cheek, I flinch away. It hurts, I mumble softly. Please don't touch it. Who the fuck did this to you? His tone shifts sharply from concern to deadly serious. I remain silent, afraid to speak, and suddenly break down ugly crying. He wipes away the blood about to drip from my jaw. You're touching my blood without knowing if I have diseases, I breathe out, hepatitis or something. I'm not a scientist. Who fucking did it, Azalea? He demands, and I freeze verbally. After keeping it all to myself for so long, not telling a soul, it's hard to just say it. He pulls away from me. I take in his tense body, clenched jaw, and balled fists. I feel guilty for not being able to just say it. I hold back a gasp when he suddenly grabs the edge of his desk and flips it over. Oh no, the iMac. What about my movies? He picks up his chair and throws it across the room with force. I flinch as it slams into the wall, shattering into dozens of pieces. Watch out, we've got Hulk over here, except he's gray instead of green 'cause his name's Gray Stop. He returns to me, chest heaving rapidly. He pulls me away from the door and places me before him. He wipes away more blood, only for it to reappear seconds later. You need to tell me that it's who I think it is, he says quietly, and I let out a sob. Of course, he more or less already knows. I can take care of it, Lila, I promise. You need to tell me. I can't do anything if you don't, he pleads just as the door to his office opens abruptly. Jai steps inside, taking in all the destruction. His eyes meet mine, widening with deep concern. Then they shift to Gray and the bloodied hand he used to wipe my face. What the fuck did you do? Jai sneers at Gray, making my eyes widen. Oh gosh, it really does look bad. You think I did this to her? Gray growls. Doesn't seem to be in your goddamn favor, Gray. Jai approaches us. That's fresh, he says, tilting my face toward him and pointing at the wound. Pointing feels rude. My blood drips onto his hand and I cringe inwardly. He grabs Gray's arm and lifts his bloody hand and knuckles away, raising them from where blood had dripped everywhere. Gray jerks his arm back. He hates being touched. He didn't do it, I say softly, shaking my head. Azalea, Jai begins, you don't have to defend High. What the shit? Lincoln bursts in. What are you two fucking doing? Lincoln pulls me toward him, taking in an even worse scene. My face all messed up, Gray with blood on his hands, and Jai with blood on his hands too. Link, I start, and he rests his hand on my cheek, examining the gash in my lip. They didn't? Oh my fucking god. Theo rushes in, his eyes darting frantically. What the hell are y'all doing to her? This is getting ridiculous. I should probably be seeking medical attention, but everyone's too busy blaming each other. Shut the fuck up. Gray sneers loud enough for all to hear. Like you can say shit, you woman beater. Jai shouts and I gasp. They hate each other now because of me. It's all my fault. I should have never come and just let these injuries heal on their own. Excuse me, Jai, Theo yells. You can't say shit. Look at you, blood all over your fucking hands. I came in after hearing a loud noise, and here's Gray, flipping the whole place upside down with his knuckles all bloody. Ajay points an accusing finger at Gray. Where's Dr. Weiner, or whatever his name is when you need him? I would never put my fucking hands on her, Gray shoves Jai against the wall. He didn't hit me, I try to say, but their arguing drowns me out. I start feeling lightheaded and take deep breaths. As if I faint and hit my head, I'm suing everyone here. That's not what it looks like. Lincoln chimes in. Both of you have bloody knuckles, so you both hit her. Have I lost too much blood? It sure feels like it. Hell no. It looks like all three of you hit her, Theo shouts. No, I whisper as I grow even weaker. Gray, I call out, but he doesn't hear me at first. Gray, I call louder, using all the strength I can muster. His head snaps toward me as I struggle to hold my head up. I slowly slide down the wall behind me, barely able to endure the pain in my back. Gray rushes over and the noise finally stops. Call Carter, he orders. I wake up to the sound of my stomach grumbling. My face hurts, my lips hurt, my back hurts. I need to fart, I have to pee, I'm hungry, I need to crack my butt bone, and my motherfucking fingernail polish chipped a bit on one nail. I'm driving the struggle bus. I open my eyes and find myself in something resembling a hospital room. I glance toward the side of my bed and spot that blood pouch thingy, the one I clearly recall from the accident, standing nearby. I knew I was bleeding way too much. At least this room isn't nearly as ugly or poorly decorated as hospital rooms usually are. It actually has some style. The door opens and Gray steps in. It takes him a moment to look up at me, and when he does, his face visibly relaxes. I raise my hand to touch my face. The sharp pain exploding in my cheek nearly makes me throw up, but I can feel stitches there. Stitches. What a badass I am. I run my tongue over my bottom lip, the one that took the hardest hit, and I notice a huge bump where it was busted open. Am I so pretty? I mumble sarcastically, deliberately pronouncing the T's in pretty with extra flair. Obviously not. I must look like Frankenstein, or rather, Frankenstein's monster, since Frankenstein was the doctor who created the monster. Always, he says, sitting on the edge of my bed and tucking my hair behind my ear. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. No, it's not. Shut up, I retort as he lifts my hand and kisses the top of it. Who got to see my amazing bod when they put me in this? I wiggle my brows, eyeing the new sweatshirt I'm wearing. Oh my Jesus Christ, in the morning, I'm not wearing a bra. Somebody got to see some seriously good stuff, let me tell you. Was it you, you little hooker? You got to see it all. Completely all, I babble. Carter's wife, he replies, and I nod. He missed out. And I missed out on making a mother trucking friend, all because I was stupidly passed out. I feel like my legs could run a mile, just my legs. What drugs am I on? Can we turn the dosage up? My face hurts like an elephant just stomped on it, I groan. Carter, get the fuck in here. Gray's lovely language brightens up my life. Carter, aka Dr. Weiner, struts in. Which amazing drug has my mind feeling this great? Did you give me crack? Are you an addict? He questions. I like drugs. I look at Weiner, he looks at me, I wink at him, then keep winking nonstop about 11 more times. Is she having a seizure? Weiner asks. You're the Dr. Weiner man, I answer, winking once again and clicking my mouth. Baby, what the hell are you doing? Gray grabs my chin, turning my face toward him. I'll wink at you too, I wink at him, then make the same clicking sound 4 times. Gray smiles, he smiles at me, a really good smile, it warms my flipping beans. Hey weenie, I look at Weiner, he looks at me. I wink, click my tongue, kiss my middle finger, then flip it to him. Jesus fuck Lila, Gray grabs my finger and pushes my hand back down. What? I ask. I didn't do anything wrong. With my other hand, I raise my middle finger to Gray and draw a heart in the air with it. If I draw that heart on paper, it'd be purple because I'd want it to be. He grabs that finger, releasing my other hand. His face lights up with a smile, followed by a beautiful, deep, melodic laugh. You gave her some good shit, he says, leaning in to kiss my temple. He did give me good shit, I nod, holding out my fist so Weiner can bump it. Azalea, Gray's eyes go wide as he looks at me. Don't say that word. Shit, my bad, I tell him. Holy fuck. I can't believe you actually said that, Gray chuckles before pausing. Don't say that word, okay? Got it, foo, I start, but he immediately presses his hand over my mouth. Weiner looks shocked. I pull away from Gray, remembering my face still aches. Listen, Dr. Wenny's, my face hurts. Could I get some more pain meds, please, and thank you? Also, you might as well throw in some LSD. Dear God, Carter murmurs, pinching the bridge of his nose and shaking his head. Oh hey, can I sit up? My back really hurts, I grunt. I guess, Carter begins. You guess? Seriously, you're not even a real doctor, are you? Gray are my stitches on the correct side of my face. No, he says with a serious tone, though I can tell he's joking because, well, I'm on drugs, hopefully. On a scale from 1 to 10, how's your pain? Carter asks. I don't even know who I am, let alone numbers. Who's asking? I narrow my eyes suspiciously. What? Zizalia, do you hurt? He chuckles. I'm about to have a heart attack if you don't let me sit up, I warn. You can sit up, Carter nods. I try to sit. It might not look like it since I'm not moving much, but I'm trying. Somebody pull me up. I reach out and Carter helps me. My back feels like it's on fire, I groan, watching as Carter's eyebrows furrow. Why, you didn't see it? I furrow my brows. See what? Gray asks, suspicious. My killer booby, Gray grabs my hip bone and I flail. Ouch, crackhead, as I raise my fists as if ready to fight. Man, I feel good, tired, weak, and smexy. Gray, look, I gesture toward my back. He lifts the back of my sweatshirt and I feel him tense. Carter moves aside and looks too. I close my eyes and let out a sigh. After hiding it for so long, revealing it feels strangely relieving. I'll be back, Carter says, leaving the room, and Gray lowers my shirt. I glance at him. Azalea, tell me, he sighs. You already know who, I reply, defeated. Your dad, he states. I feel stupid feelings creeping in. I'm sorry, I bite my wiggling lip. For keeping it from you even after our agreement not to keep secrets, I hid the biggest thing from you. He leans over and kisses the side of my head. I don't want my dad to go to jail. Our family's already messed up enough. I don't want it to get worse, I sniffle. But you know what's coming, he says softly. He's going to prison. The fucker's going to prison, not jail, he nods and I sigh. I know, I whisper. You need to tell me what happened. He strokes the back of my hair where I lay. I squeeze my eyes shut. He calls me a murderer, I begin. He says I killed Jake, that I should have been the one who died, not him. For some reason, I just couldn't take it anymore. I told him I didn't kill him. He lost it. He's never hit me before, but he did this time. He always wears his class ring on his middle finger. That's what caused this. I point to the stitches on my cheekbone. And when I was on the ground, he kneed me in the mouth. Gray wipes the tear rolling down under my eye. You didn't black out. You remember everything. He's a freaking weakling, even knock me out. Loser, I'm the rock. You can't knock me out, I pat my chest. Gray must be dating the rock reincarnated as a small woman child. As I nearly blacked out, I calm myself down. How's your back? He asks, and I let out a sigh, glancing at his striking dark eyes. He began hitting me with his belt about a year ago. It's only gotten worse, harder, and more lashes for smaller reasons, I explain. Like when he finds out you're with me, he mutters. Yeah, I hesitate. I should have damn well seen it coming, he swears, and I shake my head. Don't shake your head, he retorts. That moment when you wouldn't let me touch your back. How fucking blind could I have been? Gray, and that bruise on your cheek the first time you stayed over at my place, fuck, his jaw tightens. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I fold my legs cross-legged. I'm hungry, I mumble. Jonas is bringing pizza. He slides his hand beneath my sweatshirt. Is he about to grope me? Go ahead. Jonas, he'll probably poison my pizza, I groan. You'll be okay. He kicks off his boots and climbs fully onto my bed. I'll be okay. Excuse me, tell that to poison control. Yeah, sure, take up more than half my bed. It's all yours. I pat his back. He scoots right up next to me and lies down. Trying to get comfortable, I rest my head where his arm meets his shoulder. His cold, huge hand settles beneath my sweatshirt on my bare stomach. I wriggle a bit and sigh from the discomfort caused by my jeans. Who let me sleep in these? I slip my hands under the covers, unbutton my pants, and breathe out a sigh once they're undone. Is that an invitation? His hand moves lower. An invitation to where? Can I come? I get a bit excited. We better be talking about a party. I'm ready to party. Fuck, he whispers. He gently kisses my non-Frankenstein cheek. Why'd you undo your pants? He sighs. I'm a bit chubby, so they were digging into my stomach. I lift my sweatshirt, revealing the mark my pants left. Shut up, he looks at me unhappily. I lie down carefully and sigh. I'd never hurt you, you know that. He presses a kiss to my temple. I know, I smile softly. I can't believe Jai thought you did this to me. Just wait till he comes in here, his voice turns playful. I won't hurt you either, you know, I add. I'll make sure never to headbutt you since you don't know how to dodge them. God damn it. It's okay, Gray, we all have our weaknesses, I say soothingly. I finish the last slice of pizza and Jai claps for me, bruised face and all. I guess that's what Gray meant. Gray hasn't moved since he climbed into my bed. I still don't know where I am, but I don't care as long as he's here with me. I'm in love, no question, no right. At the end of the sentence, I'm fully in love with him. There was no big epiphany. I just took a giant bite of pizza and glanced over to see him giving me a small smile, and I thought it like it was just an ordinary thought. I love him was all there was to it. Of course, I haven't said it aloud yet. I'm still a bit slow with words, but not with thoughts. I wouldn't want him to doubt it. Anyone who still wants to be around me after seeing what I'm like when I'm alone deserves a medal. In Gray's situation, that prize is my amazing love and care, plus butt smacks, sex jokes, all the scars on my body, my unusual taste in music, my pizza-eating talent, and most importantly, my boobs, which might be a bit small but are fine to him. How are you feeling, Azalea? Carter asks, stopping beside the bed. He leans in and raises his hand toward my face. If you touch me, I'll rip your hand off. I scrunch my nose at him. What she said, Gray nods in my direction. I love you. Y'all are a wicked couple, evil, he emphasizes. I'm not, I reply with an innocent smile. It's 5:30, Jai glances up at the clock on the wall. Gray's expression shifts abruptly, a glare settling on his face. Not directed at anyone specifically, it just is. I realize what must happen now, and I know my life will never be the same. Dad's leaving. You have to go, I ask softly. Gray's features soften a bit as he looks down at me. Only for a short while, he says as he starts putting his boots back on. I don't want to just sit here anymore, I say. I need to move. You need to rest, Gray says dryly, and I scrunch my nose at him. I need to burn off my hyper energy, I explain. Run horizontally, Jai suggests with a grin. She's not talking about that kind of active, Gray mutters, knowing me too well. My active means walking around and engaging with people. Other kinds of active, like running and working out, are gross. I sit up straight, I can't just stay still. As I start to get up, Gray gently pushes me back down with his huge hand pressed against my forehead. Gray, I groan, sitting up again. Azalea, he warns, pressing me down once more. I'm going to throat punch you, I glare. Do it. He leans closer, narrowing his eyes. I crack my knuckles. It'll hurt, I warn, nodding. Go ahead, he challenges. I love you. I don't want to hurt you, I say, a smile creeping onto my lips. He cups my chin with his fingers and brings my lips to his. I melt. Even though my lip feels like it's about to fall off, I couldn't care less. I wouldn't recommend kissing, Carter mumbles. Gray pulls away. Fuck off. Hush, Wiener, Gray and I say simultaneously. I truly love him. Letter 3DF, Gray letter 3DF, Jai knocks on the front door of the house. The whole crew decided I shouldn't be the first person her dad sees, like they own me or something. But I agreed when they mentioned Lila. Got it, the door opens. Can I help you? He slurs, trying to hide just how drunk he is. He's wasted, so wasted he can't even remember who I am. Oh yes, you can, Jai puts on a fake smile. Jai reaches around for the pocket of his pants. God it, where the hell are my handcuffs? He curses, dumb motherfucker. Jackson Carson turns and bolts as expected. Slow us. I grab the back of his shirt and yank him back into the wall beside the door. This is illegal, he shouts. I elbow him in the face and he falls, leaning against the wall. I did nothing. He sneers, blood dripping from his nose. He thrusts his head forward and clashes it against my nose. Why the hell can't I dodge a headbutt? My nose starts bleeding and that only fuels my anger more. Then he freezes. I know you, he says. Y'all aren't cops, you're a gang. He yells, you're that punk messing with my kid? She's not some fucking child. The woman you've been laying your hands on? I sneer. She's no woman, he retorts with a scoff. You're no fucking father, Theo growls as he lunges toward him, only to be restrained by Jai. Theo's been through hell with abusive parents. Raised as an orphan, he'd endured a string of fucked up households. That's actually how we found him and why he ended up part of our crew. But damn, he's also a dumbass most of the time, not just sometimes, just like everyone else here. And Lila. She's completely oblivious to what's really going on, bless her goddamn heart. What's happening? A soft voice questions, descending the stairs, Azalea's mom. Mrs. Carson, Jai greets with a smile, we're with the FAA here to take your husband into custody. They don't have a fucking warrant, Marion. He yells, if I had $1 for every time I heard that line, I'd be richer than the richest fuck alive. They pulled guns on me, call the real police. He continues his pitiful shouting. I glance over to the two other men in the room. Noticeably, their hands remain empty. Marion moves further down the stairs, and the more she gets closer, the more visible her bruises become. Sick motherfucker, I mutter, tossing him to the floor. I'm not resisting, he protests, flailing like a fish out of water. I step back, making him look even more pathetic. If it were up to me, I'd kill him. Theo escorts Marion outside just as Jackson leaps up. She snitched, huh? He pants. Nah, the fucking gash on her face said everything we needed to know. I glare sharply. How'd it go again? I probe. Wasn't it a punch that did it? Jai chimes in. Yeah, I nod, sliding the class ring Jai lent me for this moment onto my middle finger. Which finger was it again? Pretty sure it was the middle, Jai confirms. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot him attempting to run. Well, that's not fair, Lila couldn't run. I kick him square in the back, sending him crashing into the railing. He clutches his leg, screaming in pain. I scan the railing and wall, dried blood stains remain, and I know that's hers. Grabbing him by his shirt, I haul him upright. Now you can't run, motherfucker. As soon as he turns his head toward me, I punch the side of his face, not hard enough to knock him out, but enough to ensure he'll need stitches. I let him collapse. Knocking him out would dull the pain, and I don't want that. What did you do next, Jackson? I hum. He grumbles something incoherent. I stare up at the ceiling, thinking, Kay need her, he finally admits. That's what I figured, Jai snaps. It was either that or another punch. I knee him in the mouth harder than he did to her. Good, he'll be missing some teeth in prison. Bending down beside him, I grip his hair and tilt his head back. You're gonna rot in prison, I say, and after that you'll rot in fucking hell. This isn't just about locking this motherfucker up. It's vengeance. No one will ever lay a hand on her again. I jab the side of his face again, then slam his face into the ground. I could lose my job for this, but I don't give a fuck. Azalea is worth more than any position. She means more than anything else. I can't explain why or how, but she truly does. I'd give up whatever she asked of me just to keep seeing her fucking smile and hearing her voice when she calls me sugar. Fuck that name. Yet she's happy whenever I let her call me that. What am I feeling? Diamond, 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 suit, thank you for reading. These last two chapters took me some time to write. It's a sensitive topic, and I wanted to approach it carefully to authentically portray the characters as I believe they deserve. Azalea for a week and 2 days now, Gray has been nothing short of a maniac. He refuses to let me move. I've warned him countless times, Gray, if you keep feeding me and don't let me walk it off, I'm going to be stuck in this bed forever and I'll never be able to walk again. Whenever I say that, he usually responds with one of three things. One, shut up. Two, want more food. To which I almost always answer yes, obviously. Three, shut the asterisk insert F word asterisk up. Despite all that, he really is a sweetheart. I mean, come on. My face is all messed up, but my legs aren't. The only time I stand is during my showers, and I make sure to do plenty of physical activity then. My usual routine includes three things. One, staring at the wall while imagining I'm in a sentimental, dramatic movie as the shower water streams down my face. Two, dancing wildly, even though the space is tight. Three, telling Gray to leave me alone after he's been banging on the door for 10 minutes. My back feels better now, which is great. It's still a bit sore sometimes, but that's no big deal. I guess I'm just not used to someone taking care of me. Usually, I'm the only one nursing myself. I'm trying to get used to it, but it's taking time. A couple of days ago, I had my stitches removed. Gray wasn't allowed inside the room because once again, he's a maniac. Finally, Gray had to go to work for some kind of murder case. Yikes, so I escaped. I barged into Mr. Tarrap's bookstore and found him almost immediately. I haven't seen you in forever, he said urgently. I was starting to get really worried. What happened to your face? He asked, grabbing my chin and tilting it around to examine the bruise and the still visible but healing cut on my cheekbone. I need to tell him eventually. Well, I hesitated. He gave me the impatient, hurry up or I'll lose interest look. I just got the stitches out and I've been bedridden, forcefully. I left out the reason for the stitches. And how did you get those stitches? Dad hit me, I said hesitantly. Oh goodness, honey, he wrapped me in a hug, his frail frame holding me gently. Thank goodness his hugs differ from Gray's. I was getting exhausted by Gray's brutal bear hugs that honestly don't feel like bear hugs, just crushing squeezes. Oh wait, bear hugs, I love Gray too. I haven't forgotten to tell him that, I get too nervous and have trained myself not to just blurt it out. It's been rough, hard, that's what she said, don't stop, I'm not tired of Gray's body. He could hug me all day and I'd be living for it with him pressed right against me. But Mr. Tarrap's hugs are pretty darn good too. Did you get help? Did the police catch him? He asked, his eyebrows knit with concern. It's taken care of, I repeated Gray's exact words from the day he came back after dealing with Dad. You poor thing, he hugged me again and I smiled. Have you been staying at home? Is your mom okay? He inquired. I've mostly been staying at, I glanced down shyly, Gray's place. Who? Good Lord, this man, Gray, you know, I said, holding out my arms and flexing my biceps. Oh, him okay, he recalled, and I rolled my eyes. I've been at his place mostly. I haven't been back to my house since Dad did what he did, I explained. And you trust him, right? He's still good to you? He asked, just wanting to be sure. He's such a sweet little cutie. I chuckle silently, imagining how Gray would react if I said that aloud in front of him. Most likely, he'd retort with something like, you try to get on my effing nerves with that bullshiz, god darn it. What about Aaron? Yes, I'll get around to it, I say, nodding unconvincingly to myself. I don't believe you, he replies with a look. I will, I nod again. I just have to figure out how to tell him. He used to be so close with my whole family. I don't want to just drop it on him out of nowhere. You're right, he agrees with a nod. I've got a lot of books to put away, I bet, I smile, and he nods his consent. I've put some away, but I'm not as fast as you. I don't have it all memorized, he says with a smile. I'm here to rescue you, I tell him, wrapping him in one last hug before heading to tackle the enormous piles of books I need to organize. The thing is, Mr. Tarrap's bookstore isn't just a bookstore, it's more like a library. People can rent books, sort of like a library, really. So there's always something that needs putting away. Especially since this place is the only bookstore library for at least the next 30 miles. I get in the zone after placing the 10th book in its proper spot, then I keep going for hours. When I finally finish shelving all the books, I notice a box of new arrivals. Checking my phone, which I left on the table, I see several texts from Gray about my little escape. According to the time of his last message, I have about 10 minutes to start putting away the new books and to look as innocent as possible while doing it. And if he's angry, I'll just jump off the ladder and see what happens. I get to work. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, he walks in. I hear him, not a good sign. I consider flashing him to distract him, but I'm standing right in front of the windows at the moment. The instant his tattooed hand wraps around my waist and yanks me off the little ladder, I realize I've stirred the beast. And he definitely didn't like the tickle. What in the world are you doing here? And I gasp, feigning innocence as he glares down at me. Thanks for telling me where the fuck you were, he nearly growls. Well, I did, but I didn't want to bother you, I smile. You never fucking bother me, you know that, he says, clenching his jaw. I know you say that, but I don't know if it's true, I tease. Well, how many more times do you want me to say it? He questions. You don't bother me, other motherfuckers do, you don't, end of story. Jesus would wash your mouth out if he had a bar of soap, I say, nodding. He rolls those gorgeous dark eyes. How are you feeling? He asks, cupping my face and letting his eyes travel over my cheekbone. I feel like I just got out of prison, I smile. I walk away, chuckling at the annoyed expression on his face. Jacked and free, I say, gripping the box of new books and trying to summon the strength to pull it out of the supply room. Maybe not as jacked as I want to be, it budges just a few inches. I glance back and see Gray watching me, not helping, just watching. Don't look at me, I'm not helping you, he grumbles childishly. You're mean. MHM. I bend down and a mischievous idea suddenly pops into my head. I laugh evilly inside. I start pushing the box, but it refuses to budge. Clearly, it's a stubborn, crackhead box. I pull up my acting breeches. Ow, my back, I whisper, gently placing my hand on my lower back. Is that sentence too flat? Maybe I'm not the best actor. Your back hurts from using your arms? He asks, clearly unimpressed. Now my head hurts from your attitude, I say, scrunching my nose at him. Bullshit, he retorts. Oh gosh, now my leg's starting to hurt from you not believing me. I clutch my leg, he rolls his eyes. Gray. My hip hurts now, I grab my hip. At this rate, I'm about to collapse on the floor. He puts his foot on the side of the box, pushes it, and it smoothly slides across the carpet as if it weighs nothing. Someone definitely doesn't skip leg day. Was that so hard? I smile. As soon as I begin shelving the new books, Gray trails me like a lost puppy. He doesn't help, just follows. I smack his butt a couple of times. He returns the favor once and it stings. We made out once near the very back. He asks if I'm hungry 900 times. Gray's kind demeanor scares off two customers, and I crop dusted a random aisle once. I silently told him I loved him 8 times. We should go on a date, I gasp at the thought. We've never gone on an official date before. We've never gone on a date, I add. Yes, we have, he counters. When, every time we're together, he shrugs one shoulder. Thanks for letting me know now, I say. His finger trails along my collarbone, slipping just a bit under my shirt. His other hand moves up the side of my skirt. He leans in close and kisses beneath my ear. His hand gets dangerously close to my goodie. Gray, I warn, breathless. I grip the tattooed arm nestled between my legs. Whoa, baby, I've got you, he whispers, biting my neck gently, then slowly withdrawing his hand. I pull back and lean against a bookcase, gathering myself. You're beautiful, he says out of the blue. He's getting better at this relationship thing than I am. He thinks I'm beautiful. He leans down and kisses my lips softly. Pulling away, he licks his lips, then leans in for a second kiss, this time a bit rougher. I wrap my arms around his torso and rest my forehead against his chest. You're just so cute, I tease before gasping loudly as his hand slips down and cups between my legs. Don't tease, he hums, holding me close. Oh gosh, when his fingers start moving, he covers my mouth with his shoulder. I bite him gently to say, "Excuse me, sir, this is inappropriate." We both know better than to do this here. At least I do. Gray has no control. His fingers slide beneath my soft, pale yellow underwear, and I claw at his shirt, squeezing it desperately. You like that? His voice deep and quiet. He lightly grips the nape of my neck, pulling my mouth off his shoulder only to replace it with his own quickly. His now free hand rests on my chesticle. My boob, after only a few seconds, I feel amazing. His lips curl into a smirk in the kiss, and I hold on tighter. Azalea, where'd you go? I barely hear Mr. Tarrip call out. My eyes nearly pop from my head as Gray and I abruptly pull apart. I smooth down my skirt and lick my lips as I try to catch my breath, doing my best to suppress any frustrated sounds. I'm gonna kill Gray. The frustration I feel is strange. What is he doing to me? I tuck my hair behind my ears just as Mr. Tarrip rounds the corner. There you are, he says with a smile upon seeing me, and guilt creeps in. I glance at Gray, who's leaning back against a bookcase, smirking at me with that gorgeous face. I glare at him and he folds his arms across his chest. You helpin' her? Mr. Tarrip grins at Gray. Slowly, Gray drags his eyes away from me and looks at Mr. Tarrip. Yeah, he lies, staring directly at him. A sin, though I'm not exactly innocent myself. Well, I gotta close up early. Bingo's an hour away today, Mr. Tarrip rolls his eyes. Pisses me off, those old asses. He really sounds mad. Sounds damn ridiculous to me, Gray mutters. You're exactly right, Mr. Tarrip nods at him. They expect me to waste gas trying to win some bingo cash. There's a chance I'll win, so I'll drive, but it's getting ridiculous. I love how this complaint perfectly shows just how old Mr. Tarrip is. You've got some nerve, I say, pointing at his face while taking a bite of my taco. We were planning on ordering from a nice restaurant, but none in town offer takeout. Who do they think they are? So Taco Bell it is. Doing that in the store, I add. Did you stop me? How am I supposed to win? You know, I feel my cheeks flush. When what? He smirks. You're you when it feels I just can't. I narrow my eyes at him. This is a fucking date, don't fight me, he says like he's some expert on dating or whatever. Bear eat his taco, I whisper to Bear, who just wags his tail and licks my nose. How's your face? He mumbles, a sweet way to ask. It's okay, I say, spilling some taco on my shirt and groaning. Of course that would happen to me. My phone rings and I frown, I answer, and even Gray looks puzzled about who's calling me. Hello, I say. Azalea, can you please come home? I really want to talk. My mom's voice flows through the line. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll be there soon, I reply softly and hang up. What could she want to discuss? You ditching me? He asks dryly from beside me. Yes, my boss at the strippery says I need to work tonight. I lean to him and kiss his cheek. What the fuck was that? My boss at the strip club? I clarify, guessing that's what threw him off. He grabs my jaw and pulls me closer. On the lips, he demands, and I bite back a smile before leaning in to kiss him. When I try to pull away, he just hauls me onto his lap. 2 minutes later, here I still am, sitting on his lap, his fingers buried in my pants, my head resting against his neck, trying not to faint while he does his thing. I want my face between your legs, he says softly, biting my ear, and I'm sent over the edge. Like I wasn't already on edge since the store got interrupted. He wants his what where. There you go, he whispers, kissing my temple as I collect myself. And to think he used to hate everything about me. I slip off his lap, only catching a brief glimpse of his fingers shining faintly. My legs wobble as I stand, watching Gray slide his middle finger into his mouth as if he's licking Cheeto dust off it. I need a moment, a quick church session alone in my car. Straightening my skirt, I inhale deeply. I'll see you later, I say, my voice rising just slightly. He eyes me up and down once before I leave, still unsteady on my feet. Approaching the front door, nervousness creeps in. What will Mom say? I haven't set foot inside since Dad's actions. Will I break down or get overwhelmed? I open the door and step inside. Relief warms me as I notice no traces of alcohol. I spot her seated on the light brown couch in the living room. Azalea, she greets me with a smile, patting the space next to her. I walk over and sit down. A tissue box sits on the bare coffee table ahead. I just want to start by saying how sorry I am, she whispers. I immediately understand the reason for the tissues. Both of us are already tearing up. I'm sorry for so many things, she murmurs, shaking her head. I'm sorry for all the drinking I should have never done. She cuts herself off, reaching for a tissue to dab beneath her eyes. I'm sorry for never standing up for you when Jackson hurt you. I have no excuses. As she gently wipes a tear off my cheek, I know why she didn't intervene. Fear. She feared Jackson might harm her too, and eventually that's exactly what happened. And most of all, she says, taking my hand in both of hers, I'm so sorry for not being there when you needed me the most. She lifts my face, carefully wiping my tears again. I was too caught up in my own grief to recognize yours, and I could never forgive myself for that, she admits, shaking her head. I get it, I understand everything. Why she didn't fight with Dad over locking me in Jake's room. She didn't want either of us hurt. I forgive you, I whisper, pulling her close for a hug. Sure, after Jake passed, everything spiraled downward, my parents, our lives. It felt like the world was closing in with no escape from the pain. It surrounded me, but now I feel light, content, no worries, everything's just perfect. I don't deserve that, she says, holding me tight. I forgive you, Mom, I repeat gently, and she cries. We cling to each other for a few minutes before she slowly lets go. After your father lost his job, her expression darkens again, causing my brows to knit. I tried my best to manage the bills, payments, everything. But I couldn't keep up, and honestly, I still can't. She shakes her head. That's okay, I say with a reassuring smile. We can find a smaller place, just the two of us. Exactly, she beams, sharing my excitement. Everything truly is wonderful. So I started looking, she continues, still smiling. My heart lifts, moving finally. I figured a fresh start was best. Tennessee holds too many bad memories, so I found a lovely house up in Kentucky I'm sure you'll adore. My smile falters just a little. I already put in an offer and they accepted. The house just went on the market earlier today. She beams brightly. Her smile was so radiant that I can't even recall the last time I saw it on her face. My own smile completely fades. Has she already had her offer accepted? Pack your bags, honey. We're starting fresh in Kentucky. Not everything is perfect. Diamond, 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 suit grays a little freaky ahhh I can't. God knows if this chapter turned out well, please be kind to me. I'm terrified to post this. Thanks for reading. School is absolutely awful, which is why updates have only been coming on weekends.